President Trump's attorney, Michael Cohen, was in court yesterday. I'm going to tell you why. Now, if you've been watching the show, you know that I think the case against President Trump's attorney, Michael Cohen, is pretty disgraceful. Raiding a lawyer's office and seizing privileged material that pertains to clients that have nothing to do with any matters pertaining to what Robert Mueller, Rod Rosenstein, and the rest of the corrupt cabal are looking into, whatever bogus investigations they have going, is beyond egregious. Well, we found out yesterday that Sean Hannity from Fox News was also a client of Michael Cohen, and presumably materials pertaining to Sean Hannity were also grabbed up. Now, both parties, the government and Mr. Cohen's attorneys, were in federal court in Manhattan yesterday. They were trying to sort out who will be the first to review the information seized by the FBI. Now, you'd have to trust that Robert Mueller, Rod Rosenstein, Christopher Wray, and all these other people are honest actors, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, and the FBI isn't already looking at the material seized in Cohen's office. Now, this from the New York Times. I don't like the idea of the government deciding whether or not materials are privileged, because once something is seen, it can't be unseen. I don't like the idea that a team of FBI agents, they're supposed to be impartial and have nothing to do with the matter at hand. You could fly them in from Idaho if it's a matter in New York City or Washington, D.C., but let's be realistic. They all work for the same agency. People know each other. People talk. And again, those agents can't unsee what they've seen. If one of those agents sees something and then they're transferred to the New York field office, they're going to have a predisposed bias should one of the parties, who was a client of Mr. Cohen, ever have any kind of questionable dealings that require FBI intervention. Whether they be innocent or not, there is a predisposed bias. Very, very dangerous. Now, this is where this entire case gets problematic also from the Times. The documents could shed light on the president's relationship with a lawyer who has helped navigate some of Mr. Trump's thorniest personal and business problems. That's insanity. What right does the government have to shed light on the relationship between a lawyer and a client when that lawyer navigated legal issues for their client? This is chilling. This goes to the heart of everything wrong with the Mueller investigation, with today's DOJ, with today's FBI, and this puts a spike through the heart of the Constitution. Lawyer-client privilege is sacred. Now we're saying, well, if it's Michael Cohen and Donald Trump, we don't like those guys. Let's find out what they're really up to. Let's pierce the privilege veil. Let's go digging into their private communications. This is just unheard of. Now, Mr. Cohen's lawyers, in the filing that was filed yesterday in federal court, Mr. Cohen's lawyers claimed that agents from the FBI seized more than a dozen electronic devices during the raids, some of which, they added, contained information that had nothing to do with the investigation. The lawyers also acknowledged that Mr. Cohen had once represented Eliot Broidy, the deputy finance chair of the Republican National Committee. Now, Broidy resigned on Friday after reports emerged that Mr. Cohen helped him make a $1.6 million payment to a former Playboy model with whom Broidy had an affair. Now, again, so what? That's what lawyers do for wealthy clients. They negotiate settlements. That's their job. It's not improper. It's not illegal. Now, what bothers me more about this case is that they're admitting that this case has to do with Michael Cohen potentially paying off Stormy Daniels. Again, so what? It's what lawyers do for their clients. They negotiate settlements. This would never happen. Never happen to a Democrat. Never happen. Now, this has nothing to do with illegality or criminality. I don't believe there was any there. I believe that Robert Mueller was embarrassed. Robert Mueller was embarrassed because they had misidentified Michael Cohen as having gone to Prague and engaging in collusion with the Russians. They messed up. It was a different Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen, Trump's lawyer, was able to prove that he was in Los Angeles with his son looking at colleges that were offering baseball scholarships, that he had never been to Prague. There are Facebook photos, time-stamped photos of Michael Cohen with his son in Los Angeles when they're claiming he was in Prague. People at the universities spoke to them, saw them, socialized with them, ate with them. But that's not enough for Mueller and his band of framers. What Michael Cohen has in law enforcement is called an ironclad, airtight alibi. The evidence shows clearly that he was in Los Angeles. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to Mueller and team. This is, when I say things are beyond bad, this is beyond bad. Beyond bad. It's as bad as it gets. Now, the Sean Hannity revelation is only done for one reason. And Politico's running with it, and Fox News is running with it, and CNN's having a field day with it. That's done to embarrass Sean Hannity because he's a surrogate of the president. And shame on Judge Wood. Shame on Judge Kimba Wood for doing this. Shame on her. Forcing Michael Cohen's attorneys to disclose who his other clients are. This is so just wrong. This is so wrong. Everyone involved in this should be censured. Some should be prosecuted. And I have zero confidence that Michael Cohen is going to be given a fair shake, because I'm going to tell you things about Judge Kimba Wood that are going to really infuriate you. And I'm going to tell you all about this judge on my longer show, Off the Cuff Declassified, today, right here on The Rebel. This is very important content. This is very important. It goes to the heart of our republic, and I want to be able to bring it to you every day. So please subscribe to our premium service at www.therebel.media/shows. Go to the App Store, download our outstanding Rebel app, go to firescottisrael.com and sign our petition. And as always, if you've done those things, and I hope you did them all, thank you very much. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.